All right, welcome to another day of Be Agile Scrum. And before we get started, let me quickly ask anyone here for the first time joining here. Is it your day one? Okay, I'll repeat. Anyone here for the first time? It's your day one? Okay, I'll take this silence as no. And let's get started from where we left off. But before we begin, it is quite important to go through the reminder as the context, that is the code of honor. I'm going to share with you all that what exactly we need to keep in mind before we get placed. And that is the very first one that asks us to show up live. That is be on time, remain punctual, and remain highly committed. Remain punctual uh, and remain highly committed means why? Because Agile is full of ceremonies, and that demands from future Scrum Master and Scrum practitioners to follow this. And once you consider this training itself as a project and you follow this, it will be quite easy for you to replicate once you get placed. And second, the universal law associated with this says that how you do anything is how you do everything, is one of the reminder that I have learned from my mentor that applies for you as well. And the second one, you are in this journey. Many of you are learning, unlearning, and relearning. That makes you student, but we don't want you to be student. We want you to be the full stack student who does all the assignments, self research, and repeat what they learn. And third one, that for to do this, you need to take the full responsibility of what you start, that you complete automatically, you will hit success. So it is quite easy to take the full responsibility of that, but you don't do that, automatically you hit failure. And if you can take the full responsibility of this as well, it will be quite easy to correct that, and you will realize that
Eyes that
okay,
okay.
I'm keeping a couple of you on mute for a moment because it is creating echo. So it is quite necessary to take the full responsibility even of the failure, because if you can do so, there are only chances, then you can correct them and you will realize failure is not the failure, it becomes the trail to the success. The fourth one, to do so, it really requires a concrete mindset that starts with the Kaizen one from the lean management that says continuous improvement. It means that you must have learning mindset. More learning minded you will become, you will find yourself going more positive minded, even in terms of you resources, be it artifacts, document, or people, even if not available. Using that, your goal to achieve the timely delivery will go easy. More positive minded you will become, you will find yourself going more complaint free. More complaint free, you will find yourself going loaded in, getting loaded in more gratitude that leads to the happiness. And the fifth one, to do so, you must start your day with the increased receptivity. And for that very reason, I generally recommend you all to participate in a 30 days audio program challenge, which you need to listen every single day before start of your day, and you will be really amazed to see how positively your every course of day will get impacted. You need to follow this for 30 days while you are doing your walking or jogging. You can just put it in 2x mode and can listen to it in just 20 minutes, and you will find the positive impact of it. It is not a mandate, it is a recommendation for all of you. If you need, it's a link, just DM me after the class and I'll be happily sharing that with you. And second, because we will be learning something technical, it is quite important to follow golden quadrant of learning that comes with fourth step. That starts with declaration with the anchor. You know what kind of anchor we are talking, and it is necessary for the focus, like a tall ship in the ocean of thought that needs the bodily anchor itself, because ocean of thoughts and focus are the part of body. So, and once you follow that, you must take a deep dive into deep learning, and after 24 hours you draw using pen and paper the notes. After 24 hours like this, you can create the notes in your own way, so that it will be quite easy for you to follow in fourth step, that is to summarize. And how you can summarize that, just flaunt this notes that you have created after 24 hours, and then explain it back in a 90 seconds or maximum 3 to 4 minutes of video in a way that even a 5 years old can understand. So these are the 4 steps we are going to follow today. So let's get started with the declaration with the anchor. And for that, I have selected the very first segment. So what we need to do, so at the count of 3, I'm going to put the anchor. Anchor will be the self high five or the clap just now you heard. So I will say 1, 2, 3 and clap. You're going to model it, you will clap, and after me you will repeat the selected segment. Can you all see this selected statement on your screen? Everyone say yes if you all can see that.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so
Yes.
much for your confirmation. So
Yes.
let's get started, everyone. 1, 2, 3 and clap and repeat. I am a quick learner.
I'm
I'm
a
a quick learner.
What others can learn and master,
What
What
others
others
can
can
learn and
learn and
master,
I too can do that.
I
I
can do
too
that.
can do that.
One more time with me. 1, 2, 3 and clap and repeat. Because I'm an awesome learner,
Because I'm an
Because I'm
awesome
an
learner,
awesome learner.
today's learning is going to be
today's
Today's
learning is
learning
going
is
to
going
be
to be
super duper
super
easy to me.
easy.
Super duper easy to me.
super duper easy to me.
Yes, it is going to be. If you said so, in case you found it a little awkward, then you must follow the 6th code of honor that says that on this path you need to be the giver. Giver means keeping ego away on the path of learning that keeps you more spiritually grounded. It means that your happiness level increases, and happiness is today's new productivity, and that is the demand of the corporate. And you are not here just to start work and go back, but also to increase your payout. And it is said that what you want to get more of, you must start giving away its portion of. And for that very reason, if you are already earning, then we recommend you to start giving away 5% or 10% of your earning in a charity. Why? Because when you give, you grow, and when you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure you are not here just for the survival, but also for the growth. And just don't give away for the sake of growth, but also to inspire others in your surrounding. And in case you are not earning already, at least have an intention that tomorrow, if you start earning, you will do it, and you will be amazed to see the result out of it. And when you do so, kindly appreciate what you do, what others do for you. And even what does not happen, it doesn't seem in your favor, continue to do so, because what you appreciate appreciates you back. That's the universal law. So this is how we are going to follow this code of honor, 6th code of honor. As a reminder, this is shared with you. How we are going to remain connected, another reminder: Sunday, every Sunday 10 p.m. EST technical session. Monday technical session 10 p.m. EST. Tuesday you will be attending the RRP session that enhances your visibility, credibility and marketability. Every single time, RRP sessions are never recorded, and anything other than training, if you want to ask the answer of those questions, can be asked in the RRP session itself. Even though it is not recorded, you are supposed to attend every single time. Even though it is not repeated, even though it is repeated, you are supposed to attend it every single time. Reason is in front of you. Wednesday you will do the assignment for learning happen on Sunday. Thursday you will again need to repeat RRP session that enhances visibility, credibility and marketability. And then on Friday you can take time to complete the assignment, 15 minutes for the learning that happen on Monday. Saturday you can choose to relax or have a breather day, or do the research work in the topic where you want to get in detail of it, and repeat whatever you have learned, or just prepare the question what you want the answer of it. So this is how we are going to remain connected. So do we all agree to follow this and abide by this? These are some ground rules for us. Say yes if
Yes,
you
sir.
Yes.
commit that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that you are saying yes. So now, last time um, uh, we have been talking about self-organizing team and cross-functional team. We will be completing today in couple of slides now, and then we'll be moving into planning and estimation. So yeah, so let me share my screen. All right. So So there are only 3 slides remaining on the self-organizing and cross-functional team, and then we'll move into planning and estimation. Okay. So Prerna, do you want to start, or how it is? Just let me know. Okay, Prerna, if you heard me, just let me know if you want to start whenever. Yeah.
Yeah, Gaurav, give me. You can start. I'll continue in between.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Please go ahead.
All right. Yeah. So where we had left, let me quickly come down over here. Yeah. So I think, yeah, yes, this is the slide from where we are going to talk about a self-organizing team and cross-functional team we were doing. So Bushra, want to say something?
Yes, I have a question. So we are still doing Agile Scrum,
Yeah.
or business analysis. But we haven't started the business analysis, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So business analysis, we will be transitioning mostly tomorrow. Mostly tomorrow. Yes, just for
Alright.
your information. So depending
Okay, that's
upon the slides we have spoken, if we can complete that, that is planning and estimation, and we will migrate into business analysis. So this is for all of your information, everyone. So let's get started. I want someone to read these first bullet point for me. Anyone, please come forward and read this for me.
Cross-functional team has access to all the skills necessary to effectively deliver value to customers.
Okay, can you also read the second one?
Yeah, a cross-functional team does not have to consist of all generalists.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. So we have been talking about cross-functional and self-organizing team. So that you have learned that this is the highly motivated team, right? This is very, very highly motivated team, and you need to make sure who need to make sure? You miss the product owner. Product owner has to make sure the team opted are full of all the domain skill. Okay. And they are so much effective that their focus area has been conveyed and translated to add value to the customers, and in that direction everyone will be working, because this is a highly motivated team. So all the necessary skills, okay, that is required for the complete delivery will be equipped by these team members. When I'm talking about all the necessary skills, it could be domain knowledge, it could be tools knowledge. At least these two things are expected from every single member. And when we are talking about highly motivated, equipped with the skill and the knowledge of the tools, that stands you out towards being the specialist. You are not simple technician, you are not generalist. So the third bullet point is almost the similar, that says if you are not the generalist, then you are going to be the specialist. It says that cross-functional team also does not have to consist of all the specialists. Okay. So we are not looking in this team all the generalists, but you will become specialist, but that is not the mandate. Okay. If you stand out with the few technical knowledge also, that keeps you stand out, that is anyway making you specialist. So this is the myth, that I don't want generalist in my team, or I don't want I just only want the specialist in my team. That is just the myth. Balanced team is the one who is highly motivated, who is accountable for their own work, and who knows how to take the ownership, and they are in the position of leading the team. When we are talking about leading the team, that always starts with the leading, or say taking the charge of their own work. That makes you the leader in itself. I want someone to read the fourth bullet point as well. Anyone? Go ahead.
You will generally find that a cross-functional team consists of a mix of people who have some knowledge about a lot of different areas, and others who are stronger in the area but we willing to help out in other areas where needed and when they can.
Yeah. So this team is so much self-enthusiast. They are always means ready to learn the new stuff. They are ready to explore new stuff. They have got the curiosity and curiosity always heightened. In this, always make sure, and this is the internal information I'm sharing with you all. If you are becoming the Scrum Master or Product Owner tomorrow, make sure the people with the less curiosity are not part of your team, because if you don't have curiosity, how you can add value to the project itself. I mean, this is something which is the by default skill, which is expected in every team member. But the one who does not even have the curiosity that what is happening in the project, what is happening inside uh, you know inside the team, or what is, but you are not willing to know that what is coming next, I don't think that you will be able to add value to that. Yeah, I totally agree that focus team will be continue to deliver the value towards the existing task in their hand. But in case existing task is not there, they are sitting idle. They will continue to keep sitting idle, and they won't be even know that when to add the value, when to go more curious to seek that where they can add value. So these are few areas that you need to remember, that self-organizing and cross-functional team, how they can add value. When we are talking about it, how can it help, let's learn about it. Okay, so I want to invite someone to read the first bullet over here, please. Yeah, unmute yourself and please read.
Cross-functional teams can be viewed as a team of cross-functional individuals with different functional and domain expertise.
Yeah, so you have the functional knowledge. Functional knowledge could be like how to become the quality analyst, how to become business analyst, how to perform your task of being system analyst or architect. So different functional knowledgeable people are there in my team. And you have the domain expertise, if it is related to insurance payments or banking or utility or medical, healthcare, or whatever it is called. I have the team who are expert in this knowledge. Okay, so this we need to take care so that it can help in that direction. I want someone else to read the second bullet point, please, for me.
For
For
example,
example, if one effort is weakening a sprint cycle, then in a cross functional team, members with stronger skills can associate and work with other team members to complete the sprint on time.
Yeah, so what happens when we are talking about if one effort is weakening in a sprint cycle, then, and we are talking about the team, say for example we require some module to be quality checked, and for that we have some quality assurance team member, QA member, and they are already working to certify on some module. And if the strength is weak, we can add some another team member to them. We can have another associate team member helping them sometime to approve whether the quality QA check is done properly or not. And just before going to sprint review meeting happens, when who is the special person into the sprint review meeting? Anyone can tell? Who participate as a special member in the sprint review meeting? Everyone?
Customer.
Master.
Exactly,
Customer.
customer. So before we hold this sprint review meeting, it's a business analyst who will make sure that whatever the QA check has been done has been right or not. And just before sprint review, he will go ahead, sit with QAs and just ask him, hey, quickly, can you demonstrate what you have tested? And then he will ask certain question, and if everything is done, he will be satisfied, and then he will just confirm to Scrum Master to hold this meeting. Organize this meeting of sprint review always on time, and that will be conveyed back to product owner as well. So this is going to happen with the help of already existing team member, that even though some effort is not so suffice, means how you can have it done properly well in time with the addition of the another functional team member. I want someone to read the third bullet point for me, please.
A cross-functional team should be able to self-organize and keep a continuous flow of features after every sprint.
Yeah. So when we are talking about cross-functional team should be self-organized, I have already given you the example. Self-organized, like you are ready to take your own accountability. The moment one feature is done, someone is knowing that the next feature will be dependent upon it. And if next feature is dependent upon it, and it has to be continued in the flow, so that it will be quite easy to integrate that. And when it will be easy to integrate that, it will be quite it will be quite noticeworthy and function worthy, that can be taken into consideration for its holistic functionality. What does it mean by that? It means that say for example, how can I talk about it? So say for example, you have gone to a party. Okay, you have to gone to a party, and so far you are finding, okay, so always it starts with some appetizer, then it appetizer and call it starters, and then get into main course, appetizer, beverages, and then main course, followed by dessert or something. This is the flow, and you have been trained to follow this as part of integration. And if it is put into the counter, it will be quite easy for you to follow that. But anything in between is missed, say for example main course is missed, you will continue to wonder there is something missed, even though I have been attending this party. Likewise, the core functionality should not miss from any software. And what will follow after certain functionality, what feature will follow after some functionality of the software. So one was with the daily example related to party. Another is that say for example, you have gone to ATM machine, and you are waiting for cash to be dispensed. Say for example, you are entering the details and adding or keying in the amount you want to withdraw. And say for example, in the entire process, the PIN number was not asked. Wanted to raise the alarm for you. Yeah. Hello, say yes or no. Wanted to raise the alarm for you. Of course,
Yes.
PIN number was not asked. Then from where this cash is dispensing? Is it dispensing from the another person's account, or is it my account? This is a big threat. Okay, so you are always aware for after certain feature is developed, what next has to happen. And as a cross-functional team member or supporting self-organizing team, are you ready to start putting your effort into that? Has there any pre-thought gone in your mind? And then you yourself can come forward and contribute into that. You can announce that I'll be taking charge of this feature. I'm happily ready to contribute to this feature. This is how the attitude gets developed for a cross-functional or self-organizing team into the any agile sprint team. So I want someone to read the second last bullet point for me, please. Go ahead.
Encouraging employees to become cross-functional individuals create workforce flexibility.
Yeah. So the kind of example which I gave, so that itself make you encouraging employee. Okay. And if with this attitude you are contributing, you have already become the cross-functional individual. And because of this attitude, you are creating the workforce, okay, and the flexibility that one person you think that has taken the highest priority critical feature in his hand, contributing into that direction, and you think that now you can take the another charge, because what happens, more critical work you are happily doing and able to do it well, that let you stand out and more reliable person, and that will be always in your favor. When we are talking about this agile team forces always vary from 3 to 9 inner strength. So what could be the ideal strength of any agile team member? What should be the ideal strength, everyone? Hello, the question.
10 to 15.
No, it should be 3 to 9.
3 to 9.
3 to 9, just now I said. But when the moment you grow further towards the safe, this is going to change. Okay, how it is going to change? It will grow from a smaller module, smaller module delivery owner, means a smaller module delivery that happens from 3 to 9, and you start participating into safe. But before safe, it a simple big project you are working, then the strength will vary into 10 to 5, but how 10 to 15. However, we are continuously working and talking about only the Scrum framework, only the sprint delivery. Always remember, in Agile Scrum, the sprint delivery, the ideal strength of agile team is 3 to 9. But when you are working for a bigger projects, when bigger project means more than one team is working, always remember its strength will be 10 to 15. But when you are adding the value at the enterprise level, where multiple teams are working at one time into the multiple features or multiple tiny projects developing towards one bigger enterprise, say for a similar example of banking, the strength workforce goes beyond even 15, and that lasts from 50 to 150. Okay, with me so far? Anything at the for the smaller projects means you are just developing 1 2 3 module in the for the insurance. Okay, that will be 3 to 9. When two projects simultaneously coming, like say for example in insurance, you have just developed the complete policy life cycle, also the claim simultaneously, and willing to integrate both, the project has been addressed together, and the workforce are gone from 3 to 9 to 10 to 15. And when you are integrating with the various payment system, making it part of even the banking, the entire workflow has to be increased from 50 to 150. So were you able to relate with this example, everyone? Yeah, say yes if you can understand it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
So when it is asked in the interview, what should be the ideal size of any sprint or any agile contributor in the sprint, what should be your answer?
3 to 9.
3 to
3
9.
to 9. Thank you so much for getting it. So I want someone to read the last bullet point in this slide.
Expertise in one area and shallow experience across the board help in lowering defects and speed up cycle time.
Yeah, thank you so much. So when we are saying that we need to speed up the cycle time, it means we are talking about the first iteration, second iteration. When we are talking about the iteration, it means the sprint that is considered as time duration. When we are talking about time duration, means a fixed time, be it 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, or 4 week. In that, what all you can deliver well in time, that has to be considered, and for that only expert can contribute. So when we are talking about expert, this is you as a cross-functional or self-organizing team, you know, in the all the feature and module, the your contribution will make sure that there is no load of the defect into the features, because that you are going to deliver and has to be more effective, and it is your work that is going to contribute to lower the defects. I mean, you can't give any no defected piece for anyone to work. Can you give it? Ideally, can you give it any defected piece? You yourself won't
No.
take it as a customer, right? So that you are going to keep it in mind, not because you yourself, when you are customer, you won't entertain such a module or feature or product. how you can let it go to another customer as well. So that you keep in always mind. And so your eyes will always look for strength. Your eyes will always look for the strength, that how your contribution can make a quality product. Even if you are a business analyst, you will continue to look for is there any flaw in the system. Even if you are a quality analyst, that is your by default trait. Even if you are a developer or coder, your attitude towards this, that what I am developing should go more error free, will help you to add value. And likewise, anyone in the organization or in the project, if will have the similar attitude, make the product more quality proof and more stronger and more high performer. So this is what is expected from every team member. So this is with this integrated attitude, you are going to contribute well in time and make the delivery speedy from delivery point of view. So how further it continues to develop. Okay, so this is the one small picture of a different contributor. Okay, one is painter, one is I guess plumber, another is carpenter, another is supervisor, and another person is contracted. Together everyone is performing their own task, and that is making this team a self-organizing and cross-functional team. Can you all see this picture, everyone? Yeah, say yes or no. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so this cross-functional team reduces 7 kind of waste. I want one person to read what all these 7 waste. Anyone? Go ahead.
Use of cross-functional team reduces 7 kinds of waste.
What are these?
Delays, defects, partially done work, paperwork, task switching, handoffs, extra feature.
Thank you so much for reading this out. Yeah, so these are the best. Any delay, any extra defects, any work which is not complete or still relying on the paperwork, still thinking that you will be able to switch the task, or any extra feature that is not required, and hands off. So when we are talking about it, so these things are impacting. These are the best that is not required to be in your project, and that can be only identified by the cross-functional team, because you all are coming with the effective delivery attitude. Okay, and Scrum Master top of that make sure these all has been addressed, because the progress is continuous from your end, eventually going towards making it done. You remember definition of done, everyone? Yeah, we have contributed, and we also, to address that, we created acceptance criteria against every user stories we have created. You remember that last time it had been the task, it had been the your own work, your assignment. You remember that user story? I want to tell one thing now. This time I want to take this opportunity. You created user stories. Many of you, all of you have created. Now answer me this thing. Will you travel even if you don't need to 1,000 kilometer or 2,500 kilometer or 1,500 kilometer, just because you have to earn 50% discount or 75% discount or 100% discount or 150% discount? Will you travel some miles just to gain for the discount?
No.
Or it will be like you will be gaining the discount in case you travel up to 1,000 kilometer or 1,500 kilometer. Automatically you will be gaining 50% discount, 150% discount. You will gain 200% discount in case you complete say 1,000 kilometer or more than 1,000 kilometer, or between 1,000 to 2,500. You yourself gave the answer. Okay, you will not follow this way that you are gaining 50%, 75% discount, and for that you have to travel this much distance. No, distance does not matter. Discount will be given to you in case at all you followed your own criteria of in case at all you reached between that kilometer, the discount will come to you. But only to gain the discount, you are not going to travel. And that's the reason I wrote that format have been written by everyone, but thinking has not gone inside. Very few people were able to think that, okay, they have applied the discount after their distance traveling is done. However, many of you have reversed that. They just traveled 1,000 kilometers so that they can earn 50% discount. No, this is not the way you are going to gain it. So in case you think that it has been you who has written like that, so just be careful, and you can tweak it back. You can rewrite it, okay, if you want to at all. However, my focus was just to understand whether you are remembering to follow the format or not, and every one of you were able to do so. So this is what, because we have spoken about a user story, this is what exactly I wanted to convey over here. I think everyone has got it. So how this is going to help, and there are more few bullet points. I want someone to read the first one for me, please. Go ahead.
Cross-functional team members develop the process, they will work together.
Yeah, so process will eventually evolve. However, business analysts are the key contributor when it comes to process defining and process improvement. But it is not just the business analyst or Scrum Master, it is the entire team based on the problem they faced, based on just give me a second. Let me pull the power cord to add the power back to my system, and I'm doing it. Yeah, so yes, so cross-functional team together develop the process because they face some problem, right? They convey back into the daily sprint or daily stand-up meeting, daily sync-up call, and with the challenges they face, they bring on the board, as a business owner and Scrum Master together continues to improve the process. So any challenges that you face are not just a challenge, it is the call for the process improvement as well. I want someone to read the second bullet point, please.
The business domain experts in the team give continuous feedback, which helps to shorten the cycle time and guides the team members when to stop overdosing on a feature so that the business value can be realized in a timely manner.
Yeah, so the business domain experts, I will reread one more time. The business domain expert, even though you have read. So the continuous feedback is important here, which helps to shorten the cycle time and guides the team members when to stop overdosing on a feature so that business value can be realized in a timely manner. Imagine you were as a child, or you with a child, okay, helping him. You remember that in your childhood, I don't know how many of you could follow it. You were willing to ride the bicycle. So there were two ways. One, you just went ahead with your friends. That was one way. Second way, your parents or some elderly person was always there with you, behind you, and guiding. No, don't put now your leg on the floor, or just hold your focus in the front. They are continuous giving you feedback. Don't do this, do that, and eventually you found later in some days you become a good rider of the bicycle. And there were also a time when there was no one there to guide, and eventually you were just dropping on the floor, you were just falling on the floor, and it was hurting you, and eventually you learned that. But also someone else's guidance made you a good rider of bicycle. I believe that all of you know how to ride a bicycle. Is there anyone who does not know? Anyone here who does not know how to ride the bicycle? Okay, I believe everyone knows that. And are you
That
able
would be me little bit. Yeah,
Okay.
Gaurav, sorry for interruption. I
Not
can
a
ride the smaller one where my feet reaches,
Yeah.
but the taller ones I'm still a little afraid. Yeah, sorry.
No problem. So, but do you all remember such kind of incident happened with you, that there was someone who were able to be with you,
Absolutely.
and they were guiding you. Yeah. And did it happen
Yeah,
with all of you?
absolutely.
So continuous
Yes.
continuous feedback plays a vital role to make you the expert in any area. Okay. And overdosing means, yes, you were given some timer. I don't know how many of you had followed that. Even you needed to ride the bike, okay, so there was a time limit. So for everything, time limit is there. That keeps you more excited and help you to come back to reuse that. When we are talking about overdosing, it means that something is not required. And now coming back to another example, something is not required, that you are willing to work on that, and for that you have not been paid. You will not unnecessarily contribute your time and energy which has not been asked to develop, because ultimately that will, your contribution that time without asking and you are still developing, will call to an call to a loss. Okay, because something which has not been asked, first you are trying to develop that, contributing into that, and yet that is not the requirement. And in case that could be the future requirement, you already working and giving back to the customer, that will not be appreciated by your project or your own team. Okay, however, a customer may also feel annoyed. Okay, you never know what is going to happen, so kindly do not touch those area which is not required to be touched. The third function.
Yeah, Gaurav, hi, sorry for interrupting. Let me know when I can continue. Okay, so you can take a water break.
Sure. So third,
yeah,
I want someone to read the third one. Go ahead.
Cross-functional teams are more productive than teams with similarly skilled people working on similar projects.
Okay. So yeah, this is what is expected, and this is what means team. So they are highly productive team members, and with the similar skill, and on the similar project. Okay, when we are talking about similar skill, it means that the goal is going to be the same. Okay, quality analyst will check the quality, make sure that the product is going more error free or defect free. Business analyst will make sure that all what to be developed and tested has to be conveyed back to the team, and coder will make sure that they know what to be coded. Okay, and everyone generally, every one of you, all these three people are generally given one associate who can help them. So in a nutshell, how does it look like? So this is the entire functional team. Say for example, system analysts, business analysts are sitting together, developers are sitting together, and testers are sitting together in their practice zone with their practice head. Cross-functional team are being formed by the product owner. Product owner picks one team member and make them the part of project. Can you all see that developers are faced, testers are faced, and one business analyst is faced, and they are becoming the part of one project, and they are contributing. Can you all see that in this picture? As self-explanatory,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes.
So here we complete the cross-functional team and functional team. Now coming back to sprint planning meeting, you all remember we had talked about very first event, and that was known as sprint planning meeting. Do you all remember that? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So this sprint planning meeting, when they meet, they need to contribute. Okay, they need to contribute where product owner ask everyone, hey, you tell me, what do you think that how long you will take to develop it? Okay, we have talked about in the past itself about their capacity, how this will be judged. We have talked about already the velocity will be determined, and for that in the past we had shared 120 minutes of video as well. In case you could not find that, definitely you can ask it back, and happily I'll be able to give it to you, that 20 minutes of video which defines the velocity and capacity. But now how exactly everyone is going to contribute, what exactly happened when it comes to the entire project, so I'm going to explain that with planning and estimation. So I'm going to share my slide. And Prerna, let me know if you want to contribute. And then we'll continue. Prerna,
yeah,
you
go
want,
ahead. Go ahead with this slide. I'll continue from the next one.
Okay,
yeah.
so let me know whenever you want to. Okay, so all right.
Sure.
So here you see that and we have been talking about it. So first of all, before we go ahead, let me ask you this question, everyone. So what are the sprint duration are? Means what should be the any sprint duration? How long it should go?
4
Minimum
weeks.
and maximum. Give me that.
2 weeks to 4 weeks.
2 weeks to 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Okay. Any another answer? 2 weeks to 4 weeks. One answer. Any other? What should be the minimum duration of any sprint?
1 week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. And where did you learn about this minimum duration has to be 2 weeks? Has it been told into this class or somewhere else you read it? Whoever is answering.
At work.
Okay, at work you got to know. That's a beautiful answer, and that brings me to one one reminder for you all. So any one of you are working already as an agilist. Okay, already you are contributing to any agile project. What threat can be for you? So everyone should be listening. Okay, so before I could share any existing agilist over here who is already following into the agile project, what the threat you might be undergoing, before I talk about it, and let me give you the answer of minimum duration. So this is not happening today, but when the agile was introduced, it was always that it has to be 1 day minimum, okay, and maximum 4 weeks. Yes, you heard it right. Even one sprint can be of 1 day. And from there, it comes daily build format. Okay. So daily, they used to build it. Daily, they used to release some 1 or 2 module, 1 or 2 feature. In many companies, this daily build feature is there. Daily build functionality is there. Daily, they are deploying some or other build towards the testers, and they continue to test it on daily basis. So that comes in a daily build format. That's number one. Number two is that even though it is daily build, they have a format that the sprint duration, when we are calling it, that can be not just for a day, but also can go from 1 week to 4 weeks. But what you are telling, that 2 to 4 weeks, 2 weeks has been the ideal. Ideal is the 2 week, but minimum can be 1 week or 1 day as well. So has it gone to you deep inside your mind? As an answer of question, this is how you can explain it. Okay?
Yes.
Yes. So keep it in mind. Yes. Now, what can be the threat to the agilists who are already contributing? So what happens the moment you are introduced first time in any agile project? So what happens? Exactly, whenever you are contributing the way you have been contributing into your current project or in your first project, all the traits and all the strength and all the memory you will try to fetch in from there. Okay. And that has been so much effective when it comes to delivery. You may think that this is the natural way and this is the ideal way to contribute in any project. If you see that project has been working only 4 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 weeks, and you in that organization, you worked in 3, 4, 5, 6 projects, and in every project, you have seen yourself contributing in a 4 weeks format of the sprint, you start thinking that sprint duration has to be only 4 weeks. That's number one. Number two, if you'll see, certain practices have been followed into agile, where always sprint retrospective meetings are missed, and as a future scrum master, you will tend to follow that in the next new organization, and that sprint retrospective is not necessary. It is okay to miss that. Okay. And if you find somewhere that always Scrum framework has been followed, and someone says that, okay, can we skip this time sprint retrospective, it will be quite surprising for you, and quite as if this should be the bottleneck for you, that how should we go ahead without skipping the sprint retrospective meeting. So what exactly I mean to say over here, it means say that sometime you will find some project which really don't follow or just miss 1 or 2 events. and you feel like, okay, this is how the Scrum framework can be practiced, where you will find somewhere that few things have not been missed, and Agile demands you to always going more delivery friendly. If delivery requires you to deliver continuously every single day, if you will bring the trait of the older experience, you will try to put that always. Means Agile demands you to go more delivery friendly, and you are not going more delivery friendly. That demands you to always be flexible. Whenever it comes towards the incremental delivery, you may not be comfortable with that. Why? Because in the past you have related something. So like you have related with some older delivery style. So what may happen, and in case guys, in case you are listening any background news, kindly ignore that and just focus what I'm here trying to explain. So what exactly I'm trying to explain, what has been observed when it comes to Agile delivery model. I have seen people complaining, and that I have seen in my 20 years of experience, complaining this is not as the Agile to be. Why? Because in my past organization, we followed this. And based on that, they continue to appear as if they are Agile expert. But Agile always demanded you to be more adaptive, so that you can do the effective delivery. The core has always been missed, and you try to being more rigid onto the strategy. No, you can always flexible onto the strategy, but firm towards the goal. Okay, so that has to be the attitude when it comes to delivery. Has it gone bit useful for you? That what error may happen when you are tomorrow chosen for any another Agile project? Yeah. So you have to be very much adaptive when it comes to the new project. If that demands you to a little bit flexible, you can go ahead. Else, even though you have contributed into the Agile project, and Agile project has been always given to you some or other documents, and with the documentation only you went ahead, and tomorrow in the new organization for a new project, you did not even got a single document. Will you stop working just because documentation has not been provided to you? Everything is in the ticket form on project management tool. Will you not proceed further? That may stop you. That may stop you if in the past you have not experienced that. That may stop you from the working. That may bring you towards the complaining. But when you know, okay, Agile demands me to more adaptive, you will start thinking how still I can contribute. And this I want to instill in everyone's mind. Are we all good with this? Everyone say yes if you got it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
all of you. You can unmute and say in chorus yes, so that I
Yes.
understand it has gone to
Yes.
all of you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. Thank you for all the answers. So let's go ahead. So when we are talking about yearly, a long project, okay, long project where first you get a various project charter document and all, statement of work is defined, rules are defined, that who will be working as what, and roles and personas have been divided. The team has been chosen when it comes to long project, yearly project. When yearly project vision is very much clear, how you are going to, as a product owner, how you are going to define the roadmap. When we are talking about roadmap, it means that the statement of work has been further broken down into the smaller goals, to which we call it as epics, and epics can be further broken down into the various features that you are going to deliver, and you get to know that what all the modules customer want first for them, for their customer to start working on them. Say for example, year-long project, you are breaking down and you decide that every quarter you must have a roadmap for every quarter, where three, four epics you are deciding to give to customer to start working upon it. Now you decide that on what all date, when we have the epics and features, you will break it down further into the good, understandable, actionable user stories. So user stories can be in theory more or less, you will define its release date, that how every month, on what all dates you will be releasing few component or few features for your customer to start working on them. Okay, so that's the monthly release. Say for example, 4 weeks of your sprint is ready. Okay, you're working on that. And so yeah, roadmap has been given, release is defined, release dates are disclosed, and you are working every single day on user story. And for daily activity, because you are working towards a release every single day, how every individual will be working, individual task will be assigned to them. Okay, and every single day they will be meeting towards the first iteration, talking about all these 3 things. You remember that: last state, next state, and bottleneck. And they are contributing through the activities they have performed. So this is every single day they are contributing through activities into tasks, will be contributing into user stories, and user story will be bringing the features or epics towards the closer, and there you are contributing into the project. So even if it is a year-long project, okay, how you can plan it, and against the acceptance criteria you will continue to close that. But there is a method, I was talking about sprint planning meeting, that you will estimate. So can you all see that there is one column which is known as estimate, and it has t-shirt, points, and hours mentioned. Can you all see this column? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so now we will get into this planning method. Okay, so planning methods, I'll quickly talk about it. But before I talk about planning method, let's talk about how vision or mission statements are generally formed. So for that, let me maximize this. Okay, first, okay, I will reiterate. Okay, reiterate what I have read into the previous slide. Okay, roles, statement, features, stories, task, and activity in the next slide. So when we are talking about the product vision, how it has been defined, you know what to do, who will do, why to be done, when it will be done, any assumption and constraint that will define the scope of it. Okay, so that will define the product vision. Roadmap, where you will have the release dates in hand. Okay, what all features you are going to develop and what objective you are going to meet, and there you define the development approach, whether it has to be agile, lean, or waterfall model that you are defining. Again, in release planning, how much iteration you will have. So you are defining here what you are defining here the sprint. Okay, in what, how much frequency, and what all the features together you are delivering onto the particular date. Okay, that you are defining. What all should be marked into definition of done as a done, and before that you will also define as readiness, and you will get everyone's contribution in terms of hours, how everyone can be contribute into one element development or one feature development. Okay, and then when it comes to the real groundwork, then you will see that how every single task is gradually continue to get closed and continue to follow in the flow by answering or by contributing on daily basis by answering these 3 things. So that has been in the spiral look, it has been appeared. This is also called as onion framework for 5 levels of agile planning. So in this model, it is defined in the daily planning, how you are working every single day. What did I do yesterday, today, what I'm going to do, and what has blocked me, so that its answer can be given. So this is how this entire planning has been called as a 5 levels of agile planning. This is the pictorial representation. Let's understand how a vision is crafted. Okay, so simplest ways to craft any vision is that capture your vision to use the elevator pitch from Geoffrey Moore's template from the Crossing the Chasm. Okay, so what exactly happens when you are trying to develop this? So you define your target customer. Say, for example, your target customers are kids from 10 to 15 years. Okay, then you back it by who statement. So need or the opportunity. Say, for example, they are the need is created when they feel more hungry. Okay, and they need it just in a minute or two. Okay, and the product name can be say for example, Moodle. So it's based on the mood, and product category is noodle. Okay, the just I created it from nowhere. The Moodle is a noodle product. The key benefit is easy to cook and compelling reason to buy. This comes in all the colors. Okay, unlike it doesn't have any added color, or it doesn't have any extra added preservative. It is completely organic, unlike it is not like other competitive noodle. Can you name a few competitors? Can you name a Maggie? That's the brand name. Unlike the Maggie, okay. Our product, then a statement of primary differentiation. Our product is organic. Organic defines it more, health friendly and apt for your kids. So this is how, based on that, you can create your own brand vision. Okay. So for children between 10 to 15 years old, the Moodle is a noodle product that led this product to be more fast in cooking and comes into multiple color, yet is complete organic, unlike other products who have been organic as well. You can name it if they are. Our product, and then a statement of primary differentiation, it does not come with the added flavor. Okay, so this is how you can just create it, and this has been just one example. This is how I generally do it. I want you to go back and listen to it again tomorrow as a product owner. If you want to create any vision, you can take a help of it, so that you can listen to the recording. The roadmap, I want someone to read the roadmap definition for me. So how it defines.
Yeah, Gaurav, can I take it forward from here?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. So yes, we are having these interesting discussions about all these very useful, practical, and innovative concepts which are involved or which are introduced in Scrum or Agile specifically. So here, if you can see, the roadmap does look like the Google Maps route. Yes. Can anybody echo to that? Does it look like that you are following a map on your Google Maps?
Yeah, that's right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ultimately that is what it means, like a roadmap. Like see, it's actually very basic. It's like map of the road. Okay, so you have to take it from there, starting from a very basic understanding. So now we have to learn how it is in terms of Agile, like how we are using this concept for Agile. So I would request one person to read out the text, and then I'll continue my explanation.
With the vision published and accepted by all, the roadmap will serve as the next building block to ensure alignment to the original vision. This roadmap is meant to be used as a tool to organize high-level pieces of the product. These can be business features and/or architectural components that must be understood in terms of their value and dependencies.
Thank you for reading it out. Yeah. So see here, what is the first line says after introducing or after understanding a vision. So that's why I didn't interrupt Gaurav while he was explaining, and he very well did that. That what is the vision of your organization? What are you looking at? Increasing profits, increasing user base, introducing, sorry, more products in your product line, or expanding, or actually anything, catering to a specific group. So it can be anything and everything, and as per that vision, okay, whatever vision you have, as per that you have to create your roadmap. Okay, so it's as simple as that. If you want to go on a picnic to Disney, right, and you're driving, so what will be the address that you would put? Now let me clarify, it's US Disney. So
Disney.
yeah, what would be the address? Disney, yeah?
Yes,
Disneyland
Disney.
address, whatever the postal address it is, or whatever the address that you have to put, the city, the state, and everything. So here, that is what we are trying to understand. What is your vision? Now, assuming our vision is increasing customer base, okay, so then what would be your roadmap? So for example, if you are per se a shampoo or conditioner selling product organization, and you want to increase your user base, so what would be your roadmap to this? Your roadmap will be, okay, currently I'm selling in this state, why don't we just expand further to another state? And when we want to engage our customer or attract our customer, let us provide them with free samples. You used to kind of I'm not sure now you get it or not, but here is still there, that whenever somebody is trying to introduce themselves as a product, they kind of send a freebie with a leaflet or pamphlet. They'll give you a small pouch of the shampoo, let's just try it out. Or if you go to supermarkets and malls, there will be people or salesmen will give you some free sachet. They'll take data from you, your name, number, and your maybe whatever hair status, if it's a shampoo or any other relevant details, and they'll give you a free sample. So you go home, and if you remember that and you try it and you really liked it, then there are chances that you will go back and buy that shampoo or that product. Or you go to any college or any particular university to promote your particular product, and there also you give freebies, or you try to sell on their positive or features, that okay, this gives you shiny hair, or this aids in hair growth and whatnot. So try to understand, once you have your vision, how do you accomplish that? So yeah, so to accomplish that, we have to follow the roadmap. So starting with definitely how you have to align that to your original vision. So whatever vision you have, how you are trying to achieve that, and then it can be used in any other manner. You have to create a strategy. It can be wholesale, it can be giving freebies, it can be advertisement, it can be reaching out to masses, it can be anything. So that is what here is mentioned. These can be business features or architectural components that must be understood in terms of their value and dependencies. This simply means your product features or your product highlights, you have to showcase in such a manner that you have to advertise yourself in such a manner that you achieve your vision by going on this roadmap. So it simply means, if you want to reach Disneyland, and you have this road, then it's up to you how much time and how well or how early you reach. If you keep taking a lot of breaks in between, definitely your travel time will be more. But if you go with a good speed, without much breaks, you will reach your destination early. So you get my point. It's simple as that. If you have your final exams and your vision is to score highest marks or be the top of the class, or at least do your best, what would be your roadmap? Right? Your roadmap would be, have a schedule at place, follow that schedule, ensure that you understand concepts, do writing practice, do proper revision, and then ultimately when you go to exam, give your best. Then the result, it's not in your hand, but then you know that okay, you have done your best, and things will turn out in a positive manner. So everybody understand, it's not a difficult concept, it's a regular thing that we do in real life also. Simplest example is traveling and using Google Maps. Yeah. Anything else? Anybody has any queries? No, then we can move to next slide. Yes, Gaurav, next slide please. Yes. Release. Okay. So before we start with our technical release, I want you guys to know, now it has become a lot of regular thing, but there was a time when people used to wait for Friday, especially in India, for release of a movie. Everybody remembers that? Yes.
Yes.
Friday release
Yes,
of the movie.
yes,
Yeah, still it is the same day.
yeah.
How big it used to be. I'm telling this all about before internet. Okay, before internet. I mean, I remember my elder cousins, my brothers, family members used to actually go to the theater, get the tickets, and then we used to go there. Now I find it's so funny because everything has become online, on the click of a button, and at a ease of your home. So, that release was so much anticipated and so much waited for. Same way, your product release or your vision release or anything that you are aspiring for, that releasing into the market or releasing it to the customer or audience is a big deal. That means you are trying to showcase them that, okay, this is what we are hoping will come up with, and then this is what we are offering. Okay, so here if you can see, we are talking about the release management. First, I'll explain the release management cycle so it will be easier for you. So there are 6 pointers in this circle. I'll request 6 different people to read that, starting with the planning. Yeah, go ahead.
From that circle or from starting?
Yeah, from the circle. I'm starting with the circle. Yeah.
Okay. Planning, scheduling.
Okay, different people, please. Thank you so much. Yeah, yeah. Scheduling, yes.
Controlling.
Testing.
Okay, thank you.
Deployment.
And ultimately,
Managing.
managing. Okay. So here, the people who are from IT background, they might ask, okay, are we discussing the development life cycle? So no, though it is very close to development life cycle, but it is release management life cycle because there is no development involved. See, so what it does is, I'll simply tell you what is a release. If you guys remember, no, I was not discussing in this class. Okay, in some earlier classes, we were discussing that how you get those updates from Facebook, not Facebook, WhatsApp on your phone. That please update the latest version, or there are updates. Please update and restart your phone. Yes. Yeah, or for any other application that you might use on your phone, there are, right? So that's a release. Okay, the classic example that I really like is, which is very relatable, is you get those SMS from your bank authenticated one, stating that there will be a downtime in your banking services from night 1 a.m. till 5 a.m. in the morning. So sorry for the inconvenience, and you will not be able to access the website or do any transactions. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you think they do at that time?
Release.
Who said this?
IPSA.
Perfect. Yes, release. So that is what they do. And release simply means that, see, their application, they keep changing, keep updating. There might be some bugs, or they're introducing some new features. Sometimes there are, as per government authorities, there's some new functionalities that has to be added or things like that. So all that is done by the bank. And once that is done, developed and tested, if it is working fine, that needs to be released. So that release happens during this downtime. And then these are the steps that are involved in the release. So starting with planning, so absolutely yes, you have to plan a release on such a particular time that it will cause the least convenience for your customer. Just think about the banks, because then that will be a better example for your understanding. And then especially in banks, you also have to take permission for downtime and release. So it is a very critical thing, because downtime simply means that as a customers are not able to access, that means your business is gonna get affected. Now you may ask that, okay, how come who accesses websites and bank transfer at 1 a.m. at 5 a.m. in the morning? So generally people don't, but what in case of emergency, somebody is hospitalized, or there's some something very risky or urgent has happened, and then you require funds to be transferred, or you just want to access your bank, you can't do that, right? So there is this potential risk is always there, and this loss is borne by the bank. That's okay, we understand we'll lose some business, but then this is also important. First thing, scheduling. Okay, so once your planning is done, everything is approved, because in banking all these things require a lot of approvals, a lot of senior people and senior management approval. So once that is done, you got to schedule it. Schedule means simply don't add a date. You have to assign work to team members, who will come at what time, who will do what. So there is a proper release checklist. Okay, this is not mentioned here, this is for my personal experience. So everybody or every person who is in that role has assigned some work, like, check the release code, or test the release code, or ensure that proper backup is restored or stored and saved and things like that. So scheduling simply means telling person to what to do, and they should be knowing that what they are supposed to be performing. Okay, after that is controlling. Controlling simply means you got to check that your existing code is working fine, and whatever you're planning to release, that is in good shape. That simply means sometimes some of the files get deleted. See, it happens. Majorly it's human activity, manual intervention. Sometimes some mistakes are bound to happen, so that's why this control is in check, because release is such an important activity. You have to be thorough with it, that you are not making any mistake. After that, it's testing. So yes, you ensure that your release I know once you release maybe on one of the internal sites, it was working fine, so ensure that that testing is already done. And when if it is uploaded, or see, this is a little technical, but just understand the steps. You need not have to do this, but it's good for your knowledge. Okay, so somebody is saying there's a release, you would know that there are these many particular, what I would say, activities will be involved. Depending on organization to organization, there can be some plus and minuses, but generally there are these many activities. So testing would be done, that okay, whatever we are releasing is working fine, and there should not be any breaks, or so once all this is done, then ultimate deployment starts. Deployment start means you start actually releasing that code into their live version or live website. Now this will take decent hours, and that is really really important. So after deployment, they have just mentioned managing, but actually after deployment, that managing, in that managing, the thing is you test all that again. Okay, so you test a couple of pages, or if you're kind of released a particular functionality, like for example, now you're integrating UPIs in, per se, your banking application, then you will have your some team members who are dedicated for testing only. So their job is, after deployment, you got to come and test the application, test the functionality. So they will do the testing, and then if everything works fine, it is a go. They call it go and no go, just like the rocket launching. So it's a go. But in case if the code doesn't work, if there is some problem, there is some issue coming in, 404 error is coming, or anything like that, it's a no go. The code is reversed. The earlier taken backup is again goes live in the system, and it's a no go. Like, it's a failed release. But then in case everything goes fine, your code looks good, everything is perfect, it's a successful release. I know it sounds a little lengthy. It is very much closer, similar to development cycle. But as a BA or as a Scrum Master, it's good to know the steps in detail. Okay. Now let's go to the text first, and then if you have any doubts, I'll would like to discuss. Yeah, good. Can someone read the text, especially someone who has not read earlier, please?
Instead of
Go ahead.
writing detailed requirements for the entire roadmap, this next level of planning only focuses on the upcoming release, which corresponds to a quarter or whatever dimension used in your roadmap. The goal of the release is to produce a backlog of work that is represented by a list of user stories that are estimated, prioritized, and ordered.
Yes, thank you so much for reading. So here it's mentioned that this activity is focused not on the entire vision of the product or organization, but on the particular release. Like, what are we going to publish in the upcoming release? So all the functionality, all the features. So basically what we just discussed, that is what has been highlighted. So the next level planning only focuses on the upcoming release. That means like we know what we say, the coming movie is gonna release on Friday, so we don't think about the other movies that will be releasing maybe after a month or two, right? We are more focused on the upcoming release. So it's simply in that context also, you are focused on what is going to happen in this release, and that is as per the roadmap, or that is as per what is the organization's vision is. And the goal of the release is produce a backlog of work which is represented by a list of user stories that are estimated, prioritized, and ordered. So this simply means what is the priority given by the customer for this release, okay, or what is the priority of your senior managers or senior management for this release, that you have to follow. And it's mentioned prioritize, ordered, estimated. That means you have to estimate, or you have to understand what they want us to go ahead with, and that has to be as per the priority. And ordered, order means simply in that order, that whatever features they have asked for, per se they want UPI integration, or they want users to have inbuilt a video communication with the customer service person. I'm just giving a hypothetical example, okay? So all that is integrated as per the priority, and that has to be mentioned. So anybody has any doubts in this? This is little intense, but it is very important. And don't worry, you will not be asked to know this in this fashion, but it is definitely a good to know brownie point kind of topic for your understanding. So if you don't have any topics, sorry, any doubts, I'll request Gaurav to next to the next page. Yeah, Gaurav, we can go to next slide, please. Yes, yes, yes. Now this is one of my favorite and simplest concept. So it simply means iteration. What do you guys understand by the word iteration? Anybody?
Repetition.
To iterate. Repetition. Perfect. Very, very well said. So it simply means, until you don't like a classic example that Gaurav was giving, like riding a bicycle, right? So how long, when you were learning to ride a bicycle, how long did you practice it? I mean, what was the end point that you stopped practicing? You didn't get my question? Okay. So when you were trying to learn to ride a bicycle, you never stopped, because you first you were learning, and then later you got pro. So you got pro only by learning and practicing, right? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yes, yes. It goes every for everything. It goes for cooking, it goes for learning a new hobby, it goes for learning a new language. Even it goes for this course also, right? Where if you keep practicing, rewatching videos, making notes, revising concepts, you will become a pro, right? And this simply is called as iteration. So here it is in this context that an iterative approach simply means that the work is time boxed into a set length of time. So it means, so in our kind of work, we never had the time limits. Like, okay, we are like, if you're learning to cook something, we don't say, okay, by this month end, we have to finish learning this. No, a little easy on ourselves. But then when it comes to exams, because we have the timeline and we are like, oh, yes, we have to finish it. Okay. So same way, for this iteration, we have a set amount of period, maybe a sprint of 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and we have set, I would say, features to work on. So we complete all that in limited amount of time, and this cycle, this iteration keeps repeating. So it's simple. It's basically the concept of agile iteration, that we are following set amount of work in a set amount of time. Everybody understands this? It's easy. It's just trying to show in a pictorial manner. And here, if you could see, they have mentioned again that, so story, in CC, plan, design, and review, accept, development, test, and again. So it's like entire development cycle of one iteration, and then once you complete that, it's over, you go to next iteration. Everybody can read that wordings written in that circles or within the arrows? Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes,
please take
but
a
I
picture.
have one doubt.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
why first iteration is red and actually color coordinated, second one is blue, and
No,
third one
there
is
is
green.
no. Just to highlight that there are different.
Okay, that's
These
why I was
colors do
thinking.
not
Okay,
have
thank
any
you.
under.
I
No,
got
don't
it.
worry.
Okay.
It is not that it's a red flagged or something like that. No. It is just that you know, and it highlights that okay, how you transit from. See here, this is a good question. Here, if you see the increment is in blue, right? So that
Correct.
increment goes to the second iteration. Again, next increment, it's not
Yeah.
mentioned the word increment, but that green is going to the next iteration. Okay.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
always, it's a good question. It's a good I would say observation. But sometimes everything did not have a meaning. It's just for easier understanding. But if you closely look, yes, the increment have been highlighted in the same color. Yeah. So if nobody has any doubts, I will request Gaurav to go to next slide. Yeah, Gaurav. It's an easier concept, right? Honestly speaking. Oh, I don't think so. We have to discuss this. Guys, do we have to discuss this stand-up meeting? I
No,
think you only
no.
can tell me. What do we discuss in the stand-up meeting? Because we have discussed so many times, if I'm not wrong. Yeah?
About what we did yesterday, what
What to
we are
next?
doing
Yeah.
now,
To
and what can be the
what
next
we will
part.
do tomorrow. Yeah.
What to do
Yes.
next? What should be the
So right answer, just framing you correctly. What we did in the earlier 8 hours, what are we planning to do in next 8 hours, and what if there are any roadblocks or issues that we can discuss, right? Yes. So instead of yesterday and today, we can always say 8 hours, because if you're coming on Monday, yesterday won't be technically right. Yeah. So as a user, this is my activity, and this is the business value I'll be adding, or who, what, why. So who is working on what and why? Why means they're assigned, who means a particular person, and what means the activity. Okay. So acceptance criteria given when then. So it simply means that whatever work you have been assigned, when have you been assigned, and what is the outcome. So are you able to work on it? Are you able to finish it? If not, what are your plans to finish it? Okay. This is super duper easy, and this is your like daily activity, and it's really very, very helpful in Agile. Yes, Gaurav, if nobody has any doubts, we can move to next slide,
Prerna, I
please.
want to just add over here. So, like last
Please
time,
go ahead.
last time we worked on user stories. Everyone followed the format, and that is the time when I talked about acceptance criteria as well. So, even though acceptance criteria have not followed the format, so tomorrow, in case at all, as a business analyst, the company emphasizes that you need to follow acceptance criteria format. This has to be the format. Okay. Like here you mention as a as an action taker, I can perform this action so that this will be the impact. This is the format you follow. Likewise, acceptance criteria can be developed with given, when, then. Given, then initial context. Given, like given cash dispensing feature, when then event occurs when user inputs the user keys in the what pin, the ATM pin or something, then the cash dispenses, something like that. And likewise, whatever, like you log in, given cash dispensing, given I need to check what given with Fly Agile Airlines, when I need to check the miles, then I should be also able to log into my own account. Likewise, multiple things you can check under one user story against multiple acceptance criteria of it. So, so for that, you need to remember given, when, then format of acceptance criteria. Having said so, we come here to the next slide, that is toward the estimation. So estimation, we were talking about multiple estimation technique is there. So one is story sizing. Story sizing are generally covered with the story points. when we are talking about story point, it means that when you are defining, there are multiple epics, right? And you will be defining the complexity of it. Complexity means what do you think is the most complex that you are going to give them a Fibonacci number. So what is Fibonacci number? Any idea? Any idea?
Sum of two numbers.
1,
Yes.
2, 3, 5, 8, 9.
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. So it will start with 1. Before 1, that was, say, for example, 0. The next number will be 1. So next number will be 2. Next number will be 3. So the next number is always sum of the 2 preceding numbers. Likewise, the story points are considered, and the most complex feature will be getting the highest story point to that, and that will be considered critical into the size. That technique will be called as story sizing technique. Then comes to the poker planning. The poker planning will have the cards like developed like this, okay, and those will refer like a story point only, where multiple team members against their work, they will be putting the card of the value that resonates with their development effort, or testing effort, or analysis and design effort from business analyst point of view. And the average are taken. Say, for example, 3 business analysts, one has given the 5 point for one feature development, another gave the 20, another gave the 30. The final output will be considered the average of those all 3. Then that will come under poker sizing. Then comes the t-shirt sizing. Like we are defining the sizes and complexity. Likewise, in t-shirt sizing, it is considered that which feature that you are which are trying to develop is the smallest, or extra small, or medium, or large size, or extra large, or extra large, or something like that. This is how you will follow the story points technique. Then comes the dot voting. In dot voting, what happens? Against every feature, you will put a card, okay, and that card will define that how complex this feature is. That so maximum cards will define, say, for example, here also you will see the dots are given in the Fibonacci series, 1, 2, 3, 5, or something like that. It will be given. Most complex feature will get the maximum dots, okay, and that's how it is defined. The best and the most used is called as Delphi method, sometimes also pronounced as Delphi method, which is experience based, where based on your past experience for any upcoming feature, you are giving direct quotation from your end, that what do you think, how long it will take in terms of hour for you to develop one one feature. So here directly in the Delphi method, you come up with your own estimation, and you give it to the team that you think to develop, or to test, or to analyze, or to explain this feature. You will take 1 hour, 3 hour, 5 hours, or 7 hours, 8 hours, whatever it is, okay, that you are giving in terms of Delphi method. So there are tons of estimation technique. Few we have picked up and quickly we have explained over here, okay. And ultimately, based on the complexity, things will get translated finally in terms of hours only, that because you will be working in terms of hour. So this is how it has been the estimation all about. So any question around it, or we are good? We understood the story point, we understood poker planning method, we understood dot voting, we understood Delphi method and t-shirt sizing. Any question around it, everyone? If not, what I want you to go ahead and listen back to this recording and come back with your own summary, so that I will always appreciate, and we have been talking since day one. So any question around it, everyone? Okay, so I'll take the silence as no. So next when we are going to meet, because we have touched the time already, and if no question, we are going to I think transition tomorrow into business analysis. So we'll be talking more tomorrow, but I would always appreciate if you can come back with your own summary. That will let us know that how much understanding has gone deeper and how much already you have come. So this summary does not mean giving me the written notes. It does not mean giving me some audio or something. You yourself facing the lens of the camera and just recording your own video and summarizing what you have learned. Okay, so that we will be more confident that you have some of you who started just from novice have come towards expertise into the topic. So if no question, we can take a pause over here, and I would love to see all of your learning. Just go back and compile, jot down into the WhatsApp group that what has been your top learning. That will define your presence or your attendance into today's today's class. So this is what I am expecting. And before we close, Prerna, any closing remarks from your end? Otherwise, we are good to close it.
No, definitely. I really like the concepts we covered today. Very important, very practical. And I just request everyone to rewatch the videos and get back to us in case of any doubts. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay, Mona has some question. Yes, Mona, go ahead and speak up.
So far you are saying that we have to do the summary video for us. It's gonna be like all the videos from the start, or it's just for today?
No, so we always wanted from every single day you come back with the summary. Okay, like I talk about the this thing, you know, I talk about how we are going to connect every single day, and I represent this slide at the start also. Just wait a second, let me go back and reshare. So every single day we wanted like this. On Wednesday, you will be putting the assignment back, what you have learned on Sunday. Again, on Friday, you will be giving us the assignment, what you have learned on Monday. But even if you have not done in the past, it doesn't mean that you can go ahead and give the latest one. So the latest assignment you can give what you have learned today. So that's simple. Forget about the past if it has not been done. But we'll always appreciate if you can give the past summary as well. Okay, so this is how. But for now, please go ahead into the WhatsApp group. So why it happens, even though you log in over here and we ask you to go back and just make your comment in the WhatsApp group, because many of you just sit here, does not participate, does not respond. You are facing and giving attention somewhere else. That does not define that you are logged in here. It means you are completely attending. When you come up with your summary, we get to know you have attended. So come back with the summary in the WhatsApp group and let me know what has been your top learning today. Thank you so much, everyone. We will be talking again tomorrow, the same time, 9:30 p.m. 10 p.m. EST. Tomorrow. Thank you so much. Recording will be given. Maximum it takes time up to 48 hours. Or if it comes before that, that's the bonus for you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Good night. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Bye.
night. Bye-bye.
Thank
Good
you.
night. Bye.